colorful, and it's just adding a lot to it.
But it's Batman.
I know Batman is supposed to be dark, and he's not supposed to be as funny.
The only person that's bright is the Joker and Harley Quinn with their white makeup. If you think about it.
Well, originally Superman's supposed to be every time he's in his comic books, it's always bright around there. It's always bright in his comic books. Another wild idea for the early Justice League scripts was Wonder Woman leads a resistance force from the Fortress of Solitude. And we're not talking about, they were going in a different direction. They were talking about like Green Arrow, Batman, Catwoman, Batwoman,
but she hasn't developed into a leader yet. Like, they try to put the seed in there. Were you convinced at the end? Like,
no.
Oh, she's leading it.
No,
right?
It felt like nobody was leading for a while.
There wasn't anyone.
It was like everybody was all over the place.
It was Batman. It was Batman in the beginning. Then he was leading that. I mean, it really was Batman.
It should always be Batman. Batman's quiet, but he's all like, we should be doing this.
Well, yeah, it's always really been Batman.
It's always been Batman.
Superman's the muscle.
He talks. He talks to everybody. Hey, we're going to do this, but it's always Batman.
No, but he's the Boy Scout. He does the Boy Scout model.
Yeah, of course, and it's always Batman that leads. And even if
Wonder Woman does all the dirty work.
Exactly, but even if you don't think like you don't realize it,
situation.
You don't realize it, but Batman's always leading, and he's always having his little talks.
Well,
with different people
he's
around.
paying the bill, you listen. Let's just be honest.
Oh man! All right, what do we got next? And then you talked about the Flash, right? The Flash sacrificing himself.
Are you listening to this show?
Yeah, I'm going in order of my list. You just went totally all out of order.
Well, it's about entertainment. It's not about order.
And the Justice League assaults Apocalypse. And then the final one, we got Lex Luthor for president, which I thought is amazing.
I already told you my biases about list.
Why? Yeah, she doesn't like lists.
It's like a Boy Scout thing. First, we're going to do this. Second, we're going to do this. And then...
Order is the best thing to do. Comic books? Do you like comic books? Do you like comic books?
I'm staring at you for a reason.
Well, last time I checked, they're labeled in number, in chronological order, from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then they start again.
That's for, just no difference than a bank account. However...
Do you like money? It has numbers. You have to put in an order.
Well, guess what? We're doing... Where's the number? I don't see any green around here.
So here's the final thing for the Justice League. Their massive, wild script ideas. And this was actually getting written, and they took it out because they just didn't like it. They thought it was stupid. I don't know if it was Zack Snyder who it was. An insane number of cameos.
Yeah, no.
All over the place, helping them out. This person, they wanted to do, are we ready? Cheetah, Solomon Grundy, Amanda Waller, the Guardians of the Universe, Mercy Graves, and KG Beast. Who's KG Beast? Do you know who that is from the DC Universe? No? On top of your head? Well, Solomon Grundy would have been awesome to have.
Oh, yeah.
I love Solomon Grundy.
They're going to bring him because of the TV series.
Oh, because they put him in the TV series?
Yeah. I mean, think of him as the bad Cable.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not futuristic and all that stuff, right? He's just all about weaponry and all that other stuff. Yeah, that makes sense for the second one, not the first one. The first one, they have to come together as a team.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what they should have done. Do you like the ending?
No, I thought the ending sucked.
What would you want it to be? Now, let's have your nerd side, Fonseca script idea.
Okay.
From ending and then to beginning.
Well, first off, I wouldn't have Superman beaten him so bad and so easily. Like, oh, I'm here and I'm taking care of everything. Boom, boom, boom. It would have been a little harder. And instead of that, he knew.
But historically in the comic books,
but
he's been able to do that to him.
But
this is Steppenwolf.
Here's this. Steppenwolf knows that he has no scenario to finish it, so Steppenwolf has to do something where he's all, I'm going to lose, and he has a meteorite. I'm spitballing here.
Wow, you really want to end the world.
Something's going to destroy the world. Superman has to take care of something massive to destroy it, while Wonder Woman breaks through as a leader, and she goes, while he's taking care of that, and Batman's doing something, she goes, you look at her, and the music plays, she takes the leader role and goes, Flash, need you to run around, start a vortex. Aquaman, you're going to come down here, do this. I'm going to throw my lasso on him. We got to pull that hammer out while Superman's trying to protect us. Are you guys ready? And then she goes, the music plays, the Wonder Woman theme. And all of a sudden, she does everything, and she actually leads them, and they stop and pull the hammer away. And just as she breaks the hammer, he goes, I have too many to defeat you. Then Superman flies in with the pieces of the meteorite he had or something like that. He goes, you wanted this? You got it. Hits him with it. And all together, each one works together, and then Superman helps finalize it, and Batman comes in. And he goes, we need to work as a team. Let's do it now. And they're all working together. And then Wonder Woman was leading all that time. And finally, he's destroyed. And then at the end, he goes, I'll be back. Not Arnold Schwarzenegger style, but he goes, I'll be back with, and you see, goes back to Apocalypse. And then he's broken up, but he talks to his father, and he goes, I always say that, but...
You always want him to talk to his father.
I want him to talk to Darkseid, and he goes, we'll come back. Oh, and how is it Darkseid always...
Yes, Darkseid always...
Darkseid always talks like this.
Darkseid's always...
We will come back, and I will get them.
No,
always talks like that. Majority of the time.
Is from Gadget.
No, he does that.
Inspector Gadget.
We'll look it up right now, and we'll find Darkseid.
Okay, but I'm telling... Okay,
We have finally arrived, Calabac, and now I will rekindle that volcano with my Omega beams. Can I help you, Father? No, I'm just temporarily weakened. Come, just remember, Calabac, no harm is to come to Wonder Woman. We meet again, Wonder Woman.
All right, well, that's my thing. I mean, did you like my script idea? And the ending...
I think that was kind of like their script idea with a little accents of everything. The thing is, you have a lot of male writers and directors who probably have never had a female boss, so they don't know about the capability. That's why it was just so passive.
And who's the boss over at Disney? It's a female. She's the head of the studio.
Okay, but how often do they get really
No,
involved?
I'm just saying that's really good. No, she's really involved. She sat there at the first script reading and everything that happened with The Force Awakens. Yeah, she was totally involved. Very involved. All right, that's enough of Justice League. I just hope the Aquaman movie works out.
So you liked it?
Did I like the movie? It was okay.
No, you're wrong. Walt Disney Company is by Robert Eager.
No, there is a female who's in charge of all the overlooking all the Star Wars stuff.
Okay. You were talking about...
I wasn't talking about Marvel. I'm talking about that's why Star Wars has a female lead, and they're working so well with females in the lead.
Yes.
That was the point I'm making, because you said they don't know how to work with women. I said, well, Disney, they have a female. And I said, that's why Force Awakens works so well.
That's what happens when you don't get me Starbucks.
All right. Well, jump in a little bit. We got Jumanji. It is a continuation of the original Jumanji. This one's called Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. Original one's done by Robin Williams, but this time we've got a big cast. We've got The Rock, we've got Kevin Hart, we've got Jack Black. So we talked to Dwayne The Rock Johnson on Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, and he told us about the pages of the script and what exactly happened and what changed with it.
Let's always keep in mind, as we're going through the pages and everybody's rewriting the script, that this is a game that needs to be played. And the B-side to that is it knows it needs to be played. So much like with evolution, and much like with our world, much like with dinosaurs, right? Years and years and years later, it will always find a way to be played.
So Dwayne plays Dr. Smolder Bravestone. He's an archaeologist and explorer, and he's Spencer Avatar. So he plays two people. Then we had a chance to talk to Kevin Hart, who plays Moose Finbar, a.k.a. Fridge's Avatar. And we asked him, who do you think plays the best part in the movie?
Normally, I would definitely big up myself because I think I do a great job. Okay. But in this particular case, Bethany's character is amazing. So I'm going to go with two. I'm going to go with Bethany for the first time in Jack's body. And then I'm going to go another one, Jack getting eaten by the hippo and pinging back down is another favorite. So both mines are Jack Black moments.
He says two favorite moments in the movie both involve Jack Black's character. Then we got to get into an interview that we have from San Francisco Comic-Con. Two guys, Justin Shane and John Hedgeman. They did a comic book based on Charley and Humphrey from Pat McCormick's TV show, or it was like an infomercial that helped kids, and it was on KTVU Channel 2 back in the 70s and 80s. Actually started in the 60s. He brought it from another, but they'll tell us all the information. Let's get into this quick interview.
I saw a disgusting part of your body on the internet. Ew! Your face!
Okay, so I'm walking around San Francisco Comic-Con, and there is amazing things here. There's artists, there are nerds, there's geeks, everybody, and then I run into these two guys, because I come past the table. There's an apple core, and if anybody knows about this, I'm going to paint the picture, and there's a dog and a horse, and he knocks over a lamp. He says, glue! I need glue. And this is from Charley and Humphrey from Pat McCormick. Now, what's your name first off?
My name's John Hagman.
John Hagman. Okay, you can hold them like that. It looks good. I'm giving them one mic. I'm painting a picture for you guys. John Hagman, and you are?
Justin Sane.
So John and Justin. That sounds like a comic book alone itself.
Right.
So if you go back in years, if we're little kids and you live in San Francisco, Bay Area, I know I'm going Bay Area. I do this to a lot of you guys. There was a Channel 2, KTVU used to have Pat McCormick, and he used to do these specials where he would teach kids something. You don't lie, you don't cheat, you don't cheat on your significant other, you don't use cocaine. No, he never did that. But it would be Charlie Murphy, a dog and a pony or horse. What is it? A sailor horse?
He's a horse, yeah.
But he has a sailor hat.
Yes.
And the dog had
He's a seahorse.
He's a seahorse. Was he really? Or are you messing with me?
Well, we call him a seahorse.
A seahorse.
He's not a literal seahorse, but he is a horse of the sea.
Okay, if anybody know who Pat McCormick was, he is like the legend of KTVU. He did Dialing for Dollars. He was always doing news and all that good stuff. How the hell did you guys get into this? Now, John, and I'm saying this right, John and Jason?
Justin.
John and Justin. One of you is the artist and one of you is the writer. You are the writer.
Justin, yeah, I'm the writer.
Justin's a writer, and Jason, you are the...
John.
John, you are the... John, Justin. I'm going to call you guys the two J's. Can I just do that?
Totally,
the
go for it.
two J's, okay. How did you guys get into doing a comic book? That's why we're here. I walked up. There's a comic book about Charley and Humphrey from Pat McCormick. How did you guys get into this?
Well, Justin and I met at a free comic book day event at Slave Labor Graphics, and we actually collaborated on a book together before that, and it was clicking. We have the same kind of humor.
Right.
His writing style kind of fits with how I like to do my art and stuff. So we did that. I want to say 3-4 years ago.
Yeah, probably about 3.
Yeah. So and then. I also work with the publisher, Mel Smith, who is an award-winning publisher on Gumby.
Jesus, okay.
Yeah. So just
you didn't do that comic book,
No.
did you?
Okay. I wish we worked on Gumby.
Yeah, right? But just hearing how he just figured out how to get the rights to Gumby and do a Gumby book, it inspired me to, I don't intermittently I'll paint pictures or draw Charley and Humphrey, and it's just like a cool thing, and people recognize it. So that's when it clicked in my head, like, well, maybe we should try and do this. So we wanted to do it right. We wanted to do right by Pat. So we put together a little, an 8-page story.
What came up with the whole idea of using Charley and Humphrey? I mean, I remember from years ago, but I would never have come up. I mean, it's a genius idea. It tells a great story.
Mm-hmm.
It's retro. People
Right.
are going to go. I mean, you have the television, your little iPad out. It made me stop because I'm like, holy shit. And I can say holy shit.
Right.
I walked up and I'm like, oh my God, what made you guys use those characters?
I think that we initially bonded over it because when we sat next to each other at Free Comic Book Day, I noticed that John had some pictures of Charley and Humphrey that he had drawn.
So, John, you just did it off the top of your head. You did it on your own because you were just fiddling around.
Yeah.
And, we're both Bay Area, so when I saw that, I was like, oh my God, Charley and Humphrey. And so we just kind of got along. And then at one point, John was the one who just initially had the idea about the Charley and Humphrey book. And we had worked on a book before called the Woodland Welfare Manifesto. Mm-hmm. And so he asked me if I would be interested in writing it. And of course I would, because I love Charley and Humphrey, grew up with them, saw them on TV every day.
So you came up with this idea. Were you scared next steps to go approach Pat McCormick, or were you looking? Was it hard to find him?
Well, we didn't even know how to find him initially.
We did some research. I called KTVU a couple times and talked to
So KTVU doesn't own this. It's Pat
to
McCormick?
my knowledge, yeah. To my knowledge, they're his characters. They from the research that I've done, they own the footage because it's on their channel. So our goal was to do new stories with these characters.
Right.
So I somehow found his contact information through doing research on the internet.
Yeah, that internet, man. Thank God that thing stick around. I thought it was bad myself.
Right. But so we put together a little package. We did little character sheets and our little ash can that we have here, and we sent it to him, and we put it all out there, and he got it on a Friday. I remember he received it on a Friday, and then he called me on a Monday. I saved the voicemail because he called me.
Look at this guy.
I saved the voicemail.
I saved it too.
Did you? Yeah, I sent it. Yeah, I sent it to
Yeah,
you, and it was like, holy crap! So I was freaking out. So then
Stan Lee called later on, but you deleted that. You're like, screw Stan Lee.
I deleted Stan. He's no Pat. But and then Pat called me again because my voicemail is one of those voicemails where I'm talking. It's not like a